a level 3 blink also not often use.
All right, with that being said, it's time for the grand final of the Old School Cup here at Blizzard's Warcraft Invitational. Two semi-finals we've seen before. Insomnia beat Taker, Grubby beat Mad Frog, and now they're clashing again. In a best of 3, first to win 2 maps wins this tournament and gets glory, fame, and honor for being the best old schooler here. We start on Turtle Rock, and as our observer points out correctly, it's close position.
This can be bad news for the Orc if you get Tower Rushed here. Tier 1 Tower Rush is pretty much entirely out of the meta, in this matchup at least. But on Tier 2, even this can be very deadly. Militia duration will last for so long, and the timing just will be so much faster. Insomnia, though, when he was active, was Tower Rush against Orc really much of a thing?
Sky brought it into the game a little later.
Yeah, right? I feel the same way.
It was a lot of casters there. I wonder if he does it now, if he adapts to it. As much as I would love to see Tier 3 casters with polymorph and stuff, the most effective thing would be to push this with Militia. And he will scout, he will see the peon. I think, oh, he's sending one Militia over already. Oh no, just a scout farm or whatever he's doing. But he knows now. So, what's the reaction? And will Grubby decide to go for Farseer now that he knows this?
I mean, he queued up the Blade Master before. If he cancels it now,
He loses a lot of time.
That would be very unusual indeed. He's sending out another peon to save the life of the first one. Man, he's taken his worker's health to heart. And he will save it. Blade Master comes out, this gets scouted. Insomnia knows that he doesn't have to worry about the wolves this game, but rather the crits. They may have gotten a little weaker, but they're still certainly strong.
Yeah, on level 1 crit, it's basically the same. Like, there's no big difference at all. But this looks like first blood here. Oh, Insomnia trying to block. And
oh, wow.
Whoa. No!
No, save him! Save him! Don't mess it up now!
Got it! That's one for the highlight books, boys and girls. Where did you learn that? Yeah, it's kind of an Infi move.
That was really well
nowadays.
Oh, but the base isn't walled off. Whoops.
That's not really an Infi move. First kill. Oh boy, the tower is 70% done, but it's only a scout tower. Of course, the Militia are trying their best, hacking and slaying away on the Blade Master, but with his big agility, he does have good armor and good damage reduction. The Archmage on the other side trying to find some experience and run all the way across from the map, but still this opening in the base.
But if the Blade Master reveals himself again, he will not have mana for Windwalk, so it's quite the risk to take here. Doesn't want to have to lose his life there early. Or the TP. Does he steal the last
Yeah, he stole the
no, actually, it's not dead yet.
No.
And the Archmage gets it.
And the Cloak of Shadows, usually you don't see it put to good use very much, but against the Blade Master, it can be really nice if you can go into Shadow Meld and hide from damage, especially if you go for a late shop.
So the Blade Master now finally taking some neutrals out of his own. Gonna be 1.5. Tech for the Orc has started. Again, more old school, 2 borrow tech instead of 1 borrow. And it's a lot faster than the humans here. Insomnia only starting just now.
Alright, that's pretty normal, I'd say, though.
Compared to today's standards, certainly quite a bit later, but yeah. Insomnia is playing this a little bit differently. He will be hitting his level 2 over here, unless the Blade Master shows up in time to steal something, but no, it's pretty far away. Brilliant Aura unlocked, more Mortal Elementals to be coming in. Usually the Orcs always try to keep the Archmage from leveling as best as they can if they sacrifice their own experience in favor of not giving the Archmage his level 3. That is usually preferable. But this is Turtle Rock. This is very hard for the Archmage to get level 3 on, so maybe he doesn't even have to play this so harassment heavy.
Really important to get the boots so he can run away from the Blade Master and catch up with some units and cancel heal salves. They seem to be pretty cheap, but if you have to use a lot, then this cuts into your resources, and Grubby certainly don't want that. There is an harass coming. He does have 2 water elemental spaces not walled off.
Quick reaction though, keeps the peon alive. Tier 2 finishes, so this may delay the Tier 2 building production, namely Spirit Lodge and Bestiary, of course, as we all know. Shadowhunter second. That is the standard, and with the Blade Master being the choice first here, I don't see him deviating from this. Grunts are protecting the base, but at the very least, he's keeping the Tier 2 buildings from coming up, at least until now.
Alright, that timing was a little early, I guess. If he comes in later, then he can cancel the Tier 2. He has to make up for the time, like a bit, since his tech was so late. He has to make something work. It's only level 2 as well.
I really like Insomnia's shop behind the farm wall, something that actually we started seeing only later. Like, we started seeing it more and more since last year, I think. But Insomnia, he has known this trick for a while. Of course, shop gets easily taken out by the Orc with the Grunts and the Raiders. Nice last hit. Did he get it with a blade? I think he did, right?
Yeah, it's still... The observer points it out again.
He certainly got the item as well, with the gloves. So, Tier 2 should be done now for Insomnia, or very close to it. Then he's gonna get casters. Is he gonna go for a Beastmaster tower push, or is this gonna be an MK map control kind of game?
Oh, he has 1,000 gold. He's waiting for his Tier 2 to finish. Oh, good block by Grubby against this footman. He wants it. He gets it. Shadowhunter, first experience. And there we have it. Double Arcane Sanctum in the main. And second hero should be the Mountain King, as you said. Spirit Lodge and Bestiary are quite untouched.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yep, we're only slightly delayed by the human's presence. Now the Shadowhunter is creeping up solo. And this is one of the nice things with the 2 borrow tech. When the SH comes out, he has 4 grunts already there, ready, waiting for him. And now he can take these big camps without much issue at all, honestly.
That's true. Archmage is not strong enough. He needs his own experience. And Raiders are coming as well. Grubby will have a lot of map control until the first few priests are out. So he can basically do whatever he wants right now. Until like they're slow on the map and slows everything down. Ooh, big mana potion. That's the dream on this spot. And the Blade Master goes in again. I wonder if there's still an opening. He still can go in. Yeah, he didn't close it. Right? No, he didn't.
There's 2 openings actually now. Yeah. So there's an entrance and an exit.
An exit.
He's sacrificing a lot of experience on the Blade Master though. Still only barely level 2 and the item's pretty damn weak as well. Didn't even, by the way, didn't go for Circlet. What's going on here? I thought there was the must-have with the Blade Master, but no, not for Grubby.
Supply-wise, they're pretty equal. Grubby is still gathering power with a level 3 Shadowhunter now. This is a panel of energy, man. The synergy of Potion and Pendant is really great. Talisman. Or parry up, rather. Sells it immediately. Doesn't seem to be too much of interest of it. Not too scared from a nuke or something. And he's calling Militia. With the first casters. The tower rush, or the tower push.
Level 2 Archmage, level 1 MK, and he's pushing?
Yep.
That's quite surprising, of course. The starting positions favor such a strategy, but Grubby is already there to defend, and he has the level 2 heal wave and that big potion and the heal scroll. He seems to be ready.
Yeah, man, he is ready as one can be for this tower push. Spirit Link applied. Blizzard is could be good, but of course too early for that on level 1. Blade Master has to be healed with the healing wave. Now he gets it. That was Insomnia's kind of Hail Mary, I don't want to say, but like attempt to go for the hero focus. Everything is bruised already, and of course for Grubby, thanks to Spirit Link, the damage is spread across all units.
Yeah, Grubby has not lost anything so far, and he's going to be healing up more. Blade Master in a bit of trouble. He has 2 potions here. There's no way he dies. Greater Mana may have been popped there by the SH, or just the Clarity. And this push has been fended off easily, I want to say.
Grubby still at 50 supply there.
Nice how he micros the Raider back, knowing that the Stormwall is about to come in. Really well done. He's holding this so well.
And the speed scroll again, throwing the end snares, the nets all over the casters, and the Blade Master takes care of this. Even though the damage isn't too high, he can like move however he wants, basically. And the surround of the Mountain King. This is for sure the kill of the second hero. Insomnia calls for the GG.
Wow.
And Grubby takes the lead on Turtle Rock.
Grubby is blazing through this tournament so far. This was his 3rd convincing win. This time it's in the grand final.
3-0 so far in this tournament. I mean, it was to be expected, but he plays so solid. There's no mistake. He's exploiting stuff a little bit. Like, the open base there, for example. Mistakes that you wouldn't see today, most likely, against active players, but still. There was, I wonder what the next map is. Plunder Isle. I'm still hoping for that Plunder Isle game.
Yeah, but in that game you could really see like how much more familiar is Grubby with the game currently. Again, he streams every week on his Twitch channel. On the weekends he streams Warcraft if you want to check that out. Very cool stream. Insomnia, he's looking pretty good though.
Yeah.
For considering how long he has been missing from the game. And now it's his map choice.
He had the
So-
idea of like evasion creeping with his Archmage, so Grubby won't find him. He walked all the way across the map and trying to fight some kills there against creeps, but the Grunt was always there. The Grunt was following him. The Grunt knew where he was. And so this didn't work, and without a level 3 Archmage, you can't really push an Orc.
And nowadays it seems like on level 2 your AM just does nothing. And if he had just played this more passively, kept on creeping on the left side of the map, and had Militia at the ready should he need them to defend against Grubby, I'm not saying he would have won that game or whatever, but
There was already a
been
big
an
advantage for Grubby at that game, especially like creeping Shadowhunter to 3 and a big mana potion is already so huge for you.
yeah, that's true. But I think he could have at least had the space for level 3 AM.
I'm looking over there. I can see Insomnia's monitor or screen. And dude, it's Plunder Isle.
Very old school map, and something that holds a promise for you.
One of the most legendary games. Maybe it's, I don't really know if this was a tournament. I don't think it was a tournament. I think it was a ladder game because Grubby's account was APM 70 map hacks. So, yeah, against Insomnia, this is, yeah. I think it's on our YouTube. Casted in German, though. I'm not sure.
Quite a bit has changed since then.
Oh, yeah.
Like
in that game, we saw Polymorph being used. Quite a lot.
I was thinking about the map itself, actually.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
Plunder Isles have been changed even like a couple of years ago, 6-7 years ago maybe, for returning, or for a tournament where it was returning to the Shadow Wars or whatever that was, where another ramp was added to the expansion in the middle of the map. I imagine that time that you're referring to with that legendary game was when there was no second entrance, right?
Old school Plunder Isle, no tavern, no second ramp. It's a lot more open now. Like before, there was only the entrance in the middle where you can cross sides. Now you can cross sides a lot earlier. Makes it way more mobile and I think a little faster.
And the other two orcs are holding council. And I imagine Taker's tips are, what about some towers?
Yeah.
Don't you want to try some
Grubby,
towers?
man, I got a great advice for you, man. The towers. Grubby the favorite, of course, leading 1-0, one map away from winning all of this. And Insomnia still stands against this. This is his map choice. This is Plunder Isle 2. Or Plunder Isle LV.
What's his strategy here? Can
think
you fast expand? In nowadays meta, fast expanding is so rare and usually impossible against Orc. But here, the two bases are really far away from each other.
That's right, and that's what I wanted to point out. It will most likely be a slower game than before. Like, there's not the biggest chance for Grubby to harass early. Of course, he could go faster and then harass with wolves. But it's still, like, such a big distance between the two starting maps. So Insomnia will have more time to get his game going. And go into Tier 2 and get the caster army up. And then maybe if he finds a good position for a fight or catches Grubby off guard, when he's creeping like the big red spot or something, there's always possibilities.
Yep. Now I have to familiarize myself again. I test this map out in our preparations here.
And there's a lot of green spots up front that don't give too much experience. It's
Yeah.
pretty decent for an undead because you get so much skeletons and you kind of snowball. But oh, it's a fast here. Oh yeah.
You can easily snipe those little items, claws, but I think it's more like the cloaks and stuff.
Yeah.
But he's not going for a Blade Master this time. As we are on the old school map, we're going back to the old school hero, the Farseer. One of the many heroes who has gotten buffed.
Insomnia again with a scout farm, pulls out a second militia to scout. So this goes a little bit into the lumber. Maybe that's the reason for the that's the
Yeah.
reason for the late tech.
Nowadays, we will oftentimes see humans instead scout with a footy to have that faster tech.
But whatever Insomnia suits, man, whatever he feels comfortable with. Archmage will be joining in a bit, and yeah, I wonder if he knows the different creep routes here.
The expansion in the middle, by the way, up on the high ground, is pretty damn easy to take. The one towards the outer
player's
parts, not
forces
so
are
much.
under
There's
attack.
also poison there and no overseer. But he's not going for a gold mine at all. The peasant here scouts the Farseer, and that has to trigger a scout tower into an arcane tower.
First blood. So Insomnia so far without a water elemental, saving all the mana.
How unusual to see.
Yeah, it is. Like, usually you spawn it extra early to be able to creep with 2 waterments at the same time. Now they to meet the 2 wizards, one on a wolf, one on a horse.
Under attack.
Kind of weird, right, that the Archmage has a fireball when he's all about like frost damage. With the Farseer it fits. He has a lightning little orb that he shoots. With
This
light-
time the Arcane Tower makes way more sense, and it's a very wise investment to do. Like, if Grubby sends in the wolves, you need an Arcane Tower to get rid of the harass, otherwise it's just way too annoying.
At the moment, though, he's not
player's
looking
forces
towards
are
the
under
peasants, but
attack.
rather harass
A
that
town is under
Archmage.
siege.
Should be a really fast tech here for Grubby. I don't know if it's 1 borrow tech or 2 borrow, but he's definitely skipping on the Voodoo Lounge.
Yep.
Not
Should be a
needing
1
to,
burrow
yes.
tech. He was stuck on 20 supply for quite some time, so I'm pretty sure it is. Yep, there we go.
Yeah. Oh, and that is a super fast.
This is super fast tech. Could be Taker's Wyvern.
I wonder what second hero it is gonna be. Old school would be the Torrent Chieftain, something that we love to see, the chain wave combo into the caster backline.
And Samia tried to surround the Farseer here with the militia, and the call was a little too late. And Farseer can just run away.
Does he want to commit to this
Player's
farm
forces
kill?
are under
And
attack.
then
There you
Samia's
go.
supply stuck.
And he's gonna get it as well. If he commits to it, but he doesn't want to, there would be too much experience given away, too many hit points lost. 1 grunt is over here.
Yeah, so Grubby has a lot of information again with the grunt. On Turtle Rock he had the same when he sent the 1 grunt out to follow the Archmage. This time it's the grunter standing in the base unpunished. Militia are coming back. Maybe with the footman he can just surround them. He's calling more... Ah, no, sends them back again. Aiming for the surrounds, but doesn't really work out.
This was quite a bit of lumber that was being drained from the human with all this militia.
Yeah.
Player's
But it
forces are
seems
under
like he still
attack.
has enough to set up his sanctums and the second hero here once he reaches tier 2. Shop coming up as well.
But he needs another farm.
Nice block again here to save his peasant.
Yeah, it really has that one down. That's down. And he needs more farms, man. Might lose this one. Engagement again, and so far the
It's
footman
under siege.
can't scare the grunts away.
Grubby's keeping him very busy though, keeping him on level 1. We said this in the first match. Archmage before level 3 doesn't really do too much. You want to
Player's
have
forces are
that,
under attack.
that level 2 watch elemental.
Ooh, double Spirit Lodge.
With an SH. Okay.
So unfortunately no TC for the chain wave. But I'm raving about mass doctors.
Grubby earlier said in the FMA he actually wanted to play mass walkers into mass doctors. So maybe since he didn't have the chance, this is where we're gonna see it now in the 1v1. Interesting.
Could also be a good choice to counter this by Insomnia, because of course Archmage usually wins Caster Wars due
A
to more
player's
mana
forces
on
are under
units.
attack.
And there's the first one. Arcane Sanctum, second hero as well in the altar. Should be a Mountain King. Yeah, it is. So good single target damage. The Farseer is so squishy. And Insomnia had some attempts to surround, so maybe with the help of Stormbolt, this will be easier for him.
Of course, getting past the Grunt front line may not be so easy always. SH now comes in, brings in with him the regen with the clarity and the heal cells. Finally, the Archmage This is not even enough for level 2 though, is it? He's going through the tiny little green camp and he's still gonna be stuck on level 1. With a few wolf kills though, he will finally be there.
He's out of range. He can attack the worker on the Arcane Sanctum. But it's about to die anyway, so that's fine.
And Grubby's stealing his opponent's creep camp here. At the gold mine, this is pretty easy to take out, and I think it's a greater mana that drops here. So, really good drop for a pretty easy creep camp.
And the first Doctor. We have a depth upgrade already, so Stasis Trap is a thing.
He's not going tier 3 though, only tier 2 Mass Doctors from the looks of it for now. And there is the greater mana. Especially once he hits level 3, that is gonna be such great value.
So against Stasis Trap, you need good controls and need a fast reaction, otherwise your entire army will be stunned the entire time. So his ranged army must focus the Stasis Traps as soon as he can. Speaking of Insomnia's perspective here, or from Insomnia's perspective here. Yeah, we do have a big mana potion and the flute, which is of course great if you go mass casters. But as I said before, there's always a potential for a creep jack. The army is not that big yet, but with a Stormbolt, oh yeah, Town Portal immediately. Grubby doesn't want to risk loses fast here.
And he keeps everything alive.
Yep.
Setting up another sentry ward right there. Keep vision. And still Insomnia is struggling with the experience. At least he got level 2 AM now. But he needs 3-3 desperately with these two heroes.
Now we don't see breakers yet. They could of course be great with control magic to overtake the wards.
That would be cool. That's tier 3 though, so that's fairly far away.
Yeah. But it's possible. So much sentry wards, yeah.
Oh my god, so much vision!
So much
The
vision.
player's forces are under attack.
This lonely witch doctor did a great job. Now it's over.
And how do you best final all these wards? I guess a flying machine, but that is so far out of the tech
Yeah,
tree.
you don't really want to workshop with this. I mean, Insomnia just plays what you want, but I don't think workshop is a thing for him.
So Grubby now getting closer to his level 3 Farseer. He has played this pretty damn aggressively, harassing the human and then stealing camps away from the human. Now for the first time, Grubby is creeping on his side of the map and Insomnia on his own. Finding from the Overseer the one of mana stealing.
Is it the first time that Grubby's mouth is open for extra concentration?
I've seen it before in practice, definitely.
Yeah, in practice, but not in this tournament, I guess. So this is certainly challenging to play with this build.
I wonder how much practice he has with it before. I know he plays a lot of wonky stuff that his viewers ask for. He is going tier 3. Is it still Witch Doctors?
And he's doing something else with the Warmo. He's going walkers. That's a little bit more damage, and of course Spirit Link, which can be dispelled because the priests have a depth upgrade now. Farseer is reaching level 3. Wolf level 2 will be more annoying. The thing that he lacks is damage. Like, there is chain. Maybe he goes Chain Lightning 2 for the damage. Double level 3. So Shadowhunter doesn't provide any damage. It's just healing and disable. The Witch Doctors, I mean,
Not really.
there's no damage at all. Walkers are a lot better though, with an average of 20.
Yeah, but I don't think it's like really enough damage to outdo the healing of the priest.
That is a good point. Yep.
Player's forces are under attack.
You know what you can do on tier 3, Neo?
You can go Tauren.
You can go Torrents, that's absolutely right. And if you have heal wards, that's really good healing for the Torrents.
And you have Stasis Trap. Oh, nice security of Grubby there in the upper part. If Insomnia is coming from the north now, there's a Stasis Trap, so he runs into it. Yep, there, exactly. This Observer, man. Double thumbs up for it. And yeah, so Insomnia would run into the Stasis Trap, everything would be stunned, and then he can attack. He has so much time.
He did got Chain Lightning level 2, by the way. Listening to your suggestion. Realizing perhaps the damage is a little lackluster. The belt could become useful against the MK.
Yeah, against the Stormbolt, if you don't really need that money, I think you can just keep it. I mean, why not? He sees Insomnia coming with the ward that is there. There's still no, like, no breakers, right? It's just priests.
Yeah, I think so.
Traps. Oh, this is gonna be... If he finds him there and just blindly runs into it.
He did make a flying machine.
Yeah.
So he is going to be able to see
Player's
them.
forces are
Witch
under
Doctor
attack.
Master Training. All right.
Is this a Torrent Totem that we saw there?
I didn't see it.
I think so.
I hope so.
Again, the security wards, and here you see the effect of Stasis Trap. They need some time, so Insomnia can cancel. Ah, there's Reveal somewhere. Is it Gyrocopter there?
Yep.
Okay. So, Crimp check by Insomnia. Ah, there it is. Nice. How much damage can he do?
It's probably going to TP out of this again. We have Clap actually coming in, not the Bash. There is a TP to get out of this, but also a Potion of Divinity will keep him alive for a long time.
Here we see Chain Lightning rattling through. This is time to get out, but Insomnia kills this Grunt over there. That's level 3 for the Mountain King. And we saw already the increased radius of Thunderclap with this patch, and things get only like better. And I think Insomnia could,
player's
if he
forces
gets
are
more
under
time,
attack.
he could transition into Breakers, Blizzard, Clap. That could be huge.
Yeah. Also,
Against the-
Mortar teams.
Also,
Might
more
not-
teams,
might
more
not be
area of
too
effect
bad.
even, exactly.
Of course, more teams only really show their true potential upon tier 3 with the fragmentation shards. And that's really expensive and not so feasible on one base. But maybe if he gets enough time. First red camp had been taken out by the Orc. Seems like Insomnia was eyeing up the second one, but decided not to go for it. Good items on Grubby's side. So many great consumables.
Yeah.
And the Orb of Lightning.
Orb of
as well.
Lightning. So if it's Torrent times, we're gonna see him soon. And Remo, what a blessing it would be for you, man. You're
There it
screaming
is!
there.
There it is! First torrent is there.
You're screaming for torrents for years now. And Grubby obeys. And Grubby shows you the power of the torrent. Or can they take him? Can he take him out? We have Heal Wave in a great position.
Oof.
Nice Thunderclap though.
That Claire was absolutely sick, and I think it's the level 2 Claire,
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken. Stormbolt on the Torrent could be his end. Oh, but that
Oh.
Stasis Trap.
Yeah,
Dude, this is a perfect game for the two of us. It's Stasis Trap plus Torrents.
It's true. If I now see Polymorph, I'm gonna lose my mind. But of course, that is still tier 3. Now, the Gyrocopter is gone, and he can't see the wards anymore. Makes it a little easier for Grubby.
We don't know if he has Pulverize yet, because only with that do Torrents really become good.
That was a long tech tree. He's going for the second one, so I think he has Pulverize.
He's going for third hero as well. Has to be TC. I mean, third hero Blade Master would be crazy.
If you go Torrents, you need that Chieftain, man.
And
Who else
tier
to lead
3
them?
For the human as
Oh
well.
boy.
All right.
If we see Polymorph and this Breaker spell that I don't even know the name, Control Magic, if we see...
Oh, yeah, right. He can steal them.
He can
that's
steal
right.
the wards. Like, imagine
Oh
Grubby
my
running
God.
into his own wards. That's the beauty of this game back then from 1.14. Like, it's basically the same unit
A
composition.
player's forces are under attack.
By the way, if you guys don't know what we're talking about with Control Magic, that's something we learned in 2014 at WEC, where there was this crazy game between, I think, Infi and Fly or someone. Yeah, with the Control Magic ability from the Breakers, it's supposed to be used to steal summons, but you can also use it to steal wards. So you can steal Healing Ward, you can steal Sentry Ward, you can steal Stasis Ward.
And we have a Demolisher on Grubby's side as well. More area of effect for him makes sense. There's a lot of casters here. Stasis Trap as dispelled by the Priest. Very nice, but he changed into Blizzard. And now we have Clap Blizzard combo. Grubby has to do something against this. Otherwise, it's a lot of damage. The Militia are there, and now they're attacking the Torrent.
You see the first Chain Lightning there coming in as well. Decent damage. The Pulverize could do massive DPS here against all of these Militia. Duration shouldn't be lasting for too much longer. Everything's slowed now, of course, as always, for the Orc.
65 versus 60 supply. This could be trouble for Grubby, as I think Insomnia's army should be better if he finds a way
Oh,
to
Burning Oil!
get rid of these Demolishers as they have Burning Oil. The Mountain King is in a little bit of trouble. He's trying to clap, but doesn't really do it. Blizzard is zoning a bit, but on the other side, Burning Oil is good damage over time to the casters. And he's healing up with the heal ward. Really nice play by Grubby there.
It seems to be working out, I guess. By the way, Aura first on this TC. No skills, only the passive Aura. Here comes again the Chain Lightning, the Burning Oil catapults from the back as well. Heal Scroll here from Insomnia's side. He's being driven back.
And he doesn't really find a solution against the catapults, and that's like the buffer unit there. The casters are losing so much HP. Next, Chain Lightning racking the casters there. So I thought Clap Blizzard would be better, but no, Grubby is pushing forward and forward and forward.
And now with a massive supply advantage, he has been given all of this time for Tier 3 to finish up, to get these big upgrades, these big units. And Insomnia fought before his Tier 3. Was that maybe an anti-timing that he was running
I
into
know.
Player's
there?
forces are
If
under
he
attack.
goes Master Sorceress now... Okay, I don't think he has it yet. I'm not too sure. He could get rid... Oh no, he's still Adept. He could get rid of a lot of supply if he like polymorphs the Tauren. There's not too many walkers to dispel, so polymorph would at this point.
But these demolishers, I feel like there's no answer to them. Massive trading.
Nice.
Oh, that damage! And then he's moving forward for the clap. Where's he gonna use it? Right here. Doesn't quite get to the caster backline. Potion of Divinity on the floor. MK would have loved to steal that. Didn't get it though. He's getting hexed now and getting focused fire, and he dies. Stomp wasn't even required. And once again, these demolishers towards the casters. Crazy damage. He can flank him now with the militia, but may be a little too late perhaps. Supply lead massively in the Orc's favor. Stomp coming in again with a Chain Lightning. AoE everywhere.
He's getting closer to level 5, and then like Chain Lightning is getting completely out of control. Insomnia is basically down to what we see in the north. He's trying his best to deal with it with the Blizzard, but no. GG, Grubby wins the Blizzard Warcraft Invitational Old School Tournament without dropping a map. But this was shades of the past. This was shades of 2004, seeing these guys play each other on Plunder Isle again. Of course, we want to hear their voices.
Come to us. Grubby, you made the Neos and my dreams come true a little bit, because I love the Taurens, he loves the Witch Doctors, so the best of both worlds for us in that game. You had a super strong tournament here with the Legends, with the Legends 1v1 competition. 4-0 all the way to the victory. It almost looked like it was a little bit too easy.
I mean, anytime you're in a competition, you just give it your all. And I know we come from different places. You know, I've been playing a lot recently, and Insomnia hasn't. But he, you know, from what I understand, practiced a little bit for this event. I'll let him speak to that himself. But he was a lot better than I expected. I remember how rusty I was after I came back from 3 years, and he came back from more than 10. So I'm just really enjoying it to play Warcraft 3 again, and no matter the conditions, anytime I'm playing in front of an audience, I still get nervous. So as soon as the game begins and you hear the war drums, I get this jolt in my heart, like it's game time, and that's just a wonderful feeling.
Well, Insomnia, he says you play a lot stronger than he expected you to play. How did you feel about your game? Obviously, it's been a while, but we felt the same way. Like, this is looking pretty solid.
Well, I think I did the best I could today, so I'm pretty satisfied. But as he said, I haven't played for more than 10 years, and the 2 weeks that I had to prepare for this were simply not enough. But I'm more than happy with the way I played today.
We have seen in NWC3L, this may not mean anything, but you are officially enlisted in the squad of Team Bulgaria. Does that mean does that mean we're gonna see you someday there, or is that a distant pipe dream?
Well, that's I can't say anything right now. I don't know why I'm listed there. I played a few games 2-2 with Shocker from Bulgaria, and I enjoyed it. Thanks to this event in Blizzard, I was brought back to the game and had a lot of fun playing it. So perhaps I might play some more in the coming weeks for fun, but don't expect too much from it.
Okay.
You had some cool moves here today, some surrounds, the cool peasant save across the barracks, I think it was, when you were like where did you learn that?
It's just a joke.
Yeah, I know.
Because I just had to do the same thing.
Oh yeah, okay, true, yeah. But yeah, those were some cool moves, and I had so much fun off Plunder Isle. I mean, a lot of people still remember your Plunder Isle game from 1.14. That was so insane, with Torrents as well, with Blizzard as well. It was like shades of back then we saw here today, and I'm having the biggest smile on my face.
Yeah, it's It's just awesome to play against Insomnia in general. I mean, we shared a lot of experiences back then. We had been part of Team Europe for Stars War in China. I mean, they had a number. There was one in Shanghai. We went to one in Xi'an, where they have the terracotta armies. And one of the cool things that the organization did there is they booked a day for tourism. So we went to, what was it called? Yellow Mountain?
Yeah, Huangshan. I'm not sure if I said it correctly in Chinese, but yeah, the Yellow Mountain.
Yellow Mountain, where we climbed together. It was Insomnia, me, Krylovus, and DD8, who's also from Bulgaria. And we climbed up the mountain, and at some point there was this track, let's say around the face of the mountain, where without a harness, because, you know, who cares? Without a harness, you could grab hand over hand on a rope on the side of the rock to reach a secret level, as it were, if I express it in gaming terms.
The Path of Faith, it was called this.
The Path of Faith? So we took the Path of Faith together, and you get to this a Buddhist temple of sorts, and it was just, no one else was there. It was like the most serene place, and it was just a magical moment. And we were like kind of joking, like, imagine we could just practice Warcraft 3 from here. Have such a beautiful view, such a serene place.
Yeah, beautiful memories, man. I'll never forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so awesome how much gaming can bring you. Like, you travel so much and you get to know so many cool people, and time to be grateful for that we can still do that with Warcraft in 2018. It's just fantastic.
15 years ago, Insomnia and I faced off in World Cyber Games for Reign of Chaos. In 2003, was in Korea?
Yeah, South Korea.
He took first place, and he defeated me in the round of 16 in a 2-1. I'll never forget any of those games, and it was just a great lesson from, you know, I looked up to him as a human because he was the best human player, as proven by the tourney, and I had just switched to human for that tournament. So it was, you know, it was cool facing him, and then at least to see him go all the way. So congrats.
You did remarkably well, and I wasn't expecting. I was expecting a clean 2-0 because, as you said, he was not a human player. He switched to human just for that tournament, and he almost made it.
I still remember the first game. I was going like mass casters, like I learned from Myth, my countrymate, and you had this Knight Mortar strategy, which I had never seen before. So you won the first game easily, and I was like, that seems really good. So I did the same thing, managed to somehow equalize 1-1, and then you out-macroed me in game 3. Good memories, 15 years ago, and here we are again.
Yeah, it's crazy that you guys remember these games so vividly after all those years. I mean, it's not that often that you talk about it, I guess, but still they're so stuck in your head because it's those special moments from back then.
Yeah, you know, the big tournaments, your defeats, your victories, they are like life-defining moments.
Yeah.
And if it's a loss, maybe you learn something from it, or it just hurts. If it's a victory, you try to do that again. Yeah, even in different areas of life.
For you, Insomnia, as you won that tournament back then, that was, well, as big of a tournament as you can win in this industry, in this sport, Warcraft 3 back then. Was that the uncontested high point of your career? Did anything ever get close to that again?
No, I wouldn't say. I don't see anything coming close to that victory then.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, WCG back then for us was like, it was like the epitome of everything. It was likened to Olympic Games. But that's just an approximation of trying to understand what it means. I no more know what it means to be a gymnast who goes to the Olympics than they do what we did. I mean, I didn't watch the Olympics, so I just knew, and I think it must have been the same for you. WCG, that's what you live towards the whole year.
Exactly.
You dream of it, and then when it happens, it's amazing.
Yeah, even as a fan, I was looking forward to it the entire year, and then it's day one of the tournament and the legendary theme plays, and you get the chills all over. Sometimes I catch myself like watching it on YouTube, and it still creates these feels. Like,
yeah, same.
Yeah. All right, guys, that was day one of our Warcraft Blizzard Invitational. Tomorrow we have the Korea versus Europe clan war. Who are your favorites here? If you can judge that from the few games you saw today.
Or from the practice games you've had, do you have an inkling who may be the strongest here among the 12 players?
So we have Happy going up against Lin.
Yeah.
Focus versus Foggy. And these Focus Foggy, they meet regularly, right? Is it 50-50?
Fairly regularly.
Are they about 50-50 online in
Yeah,
competitions?
they are. Yeah, sometimes Focus is a bit better, but yeah, it should be 50-50. Foggy is one of the best Night Elf versus Orc players in the world. Focus is one of the best Orc versus Night Elf players in the world. So, and on LAN, everything is possible, I guess, when it comes to the super high level, depending on who got the best adjustment to the patch already.
Yeah,
It's gonna be really interesting.
and of course they're playing at LAN, right? It
Yeah.
doesn't happen that much.
Yeah.
And, the conditions here are really good, good equipment and everything. So it's really down to their mentality and their preparation to see who comes out on top of those. And it's going to be the biggest audience that they'll have, that they have had for the recent times. And so I think it'll be quite important for them to impress these guys.
There were so many of these guys today, like more than 20k. It was absolutely unbelievable. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. I hope you had a lot of fun today. I hope you tune back in tomorrow. We're going to start a little earlier. It's going to be 7 p.m. Central European time, I guess. Yeah, so it's a little earlier than today.
Yeah, 3 hours earlier, yeah?
Yeah, 3 hours earlier.
So 7 p.m. Amsterdam time zone,
Yeah.
CET.
Yeah.
And
The
10
rest-
a.m.? 10 a.m. for us, right? West
exactly.
Coast.
Yeah. So if you have to adjust it to your time zone, the thread on Reddit is up, reddit.com/r/WC3. You have the schedule there, you have the time zones there, you have everything that you need to know. And yeah, if you have feedback, please let us know what we can do better, what was great, what did you enjoy, what not. We are open for feedback and hope to adjust things for tomorrow. I certainly had a lot of fun with you guys here on the couch. It was absolutely fantastic to be in this environment. And tomorrow, I think we're going to crank up the volume a bit and let today's players show what the patch has to offer. My name is Neo. We're here at Back to Warcraft, and we see each other tomorrow, I guess. Bye-bye.